The dance remains. I arrived. I believe like others before me. Does it matter where, why, how, when? My life breath lured me to diverge from a point to gather existence, to dress energy with gestures, giving expression to my soul until I awakened and found myself converge to a point I had sought to become and ended up being. I had sought to become and ended up being.
Jai Gurudev,
Jai
and
Gurudev.
welcome to the Art of Living Academy of Performing Arts, Sadhana Saptaha. It is said that most artists, we do not earn much money. Sometimes we earn fame, but the hallmark of a true artist is one who has earned the goodwill of everyone around them. Today we have with us one such artist, Kalashri Dr. Lata Surendra, who has the goodwill of not just entire Mumbai, but thousands of artists and common folk from around the world whom she has made herself a part of and entwined herself into the garlands of their lives. Welcome, Lataka. It's so wonderful to have you here today.
Humbled by those beautiful words. Thank you, Suni. Thank you. Touched me here. Thank you.
All of Mumbai always recognizes you as a curator par excellence, right from the Kala Ghoda festival to the World Dance Congress, and you were the pioneer to bring the World Dance Congress to India not just once but twice against all odds. So today we really want to learn from you a little bit about this magic, the way you pull rabbits out of hats and curate such wonderful events. How is it that you do it? How do you bridge people together so effortlessly?
I think ideas and people and culture, they're always something that we are all connected to. Thought processes keep moving in our mind. Unwittingly, we don't realize it. But it is only an artist who formulates these thoughts, who work on an idea, who create a work. But it is the society who decides whether it's a work of art or not. And in order to do that, she needs a facilitator, a link, a bridge, because from temple to the stage to mobile platforms to an increasingly globalized boundary that's expanding all the time, the world she's reaching out to is vast. And the terrain that she hails from may probably be something that has her not aware of the kind of audience she's going to reach out to, you see. So every time from content to context is a journey where the curator has to become aware of everything that is happening around life. And I always believe that life is interconnected, and probably it is the word that expanded my awareness of worlds, and it is the same delineated word that connected me to artists. And probably when I was in the 8th standard, as I said, my father was the one who introduced me to culture, because post-war we were always urged to be connected to that which gives us a cultural identity that we as Indians could be proud of, you know. So my father would always say, breathes there a man with a soul so dead, who never to himself has said, this my own, my native land. And that's the background that played in my mind. I was exposed to folk forms by Bankim Sinha, who was a little old and elderly, and a spirit that soared over matter, I should say, in him. And he he requested my father to have me travel with him to the various colleges pulsating with the competitions, the folk forms, because I think the government thought that this was the best way to have the youth connect to our culture. And everywhere that I went, he would always be constantly talking to me about budgeting, about how you work, use, how about, I think about formatting space, I should say, formatting space and formatting the pocket, irrespective of whether I was a small child, I was always getting the feel that he's trying to enlighten me about what what goes into an artwork reaching center stage. And one fine day he vanished, and I was left with a lot of colleges, their representatives coming home, and I'm in the eighth with skirt blouse, and they used to promise my father that they would get me back safe, and they would call me little guru at that time, all the colleges. But I think sometimes I feel that there is a purpose that nature is working and playing upon you, and certain things that happen in spite of you. Probably a belief and a faith that has you understand that pathways are opening out, and to be or not to be, that is all you need to ask and do justice to it. So with implicit faith in all that he had taught me, I started working with various people, various students, youngsters who were bubbling with enthusiasm, and it is thus that I connected to a lot of students, though not in the classical field. But believe me, Sunil, I have never impinged on my father for the fees for my classical dance. I used what I was earning in the folk teaching of folk forms to do solo performances. So it was always gathering that to do my solo performances. So it was a cycle. I mean, then it became a chain until finally the first curating I did was for the Worley School of Blind, where I used to go regularly. I think I believe even today that it is not enough to promote dance in the city. So it's vital that you use this life to connect with it to those less privileged than most, because talent and money don't go together. And I always believe that in this 24 hours where we make time only for ourselves, if we can go to read to a child who is unable to do so, then or write her exams for her, then I made that time to do it, and slowly started teaching dance to partially hearing impaired and these children. And they asked me to curate a function with all the folk forms of India. And that was the first time that I curated. And there were 94 dancers dancing and bringing to life the culture of our country. From then, it didn't, I mean, I didn't look back, because it went from there to my school, where I used to work with students and teach them the beauty of connecting to folk forms and semi-classical forms. And irrespective of whether I had passed out of school, I still kept in touch with the school, because those were, I think, my convent, the Mount Mary Convent Branch Convent Girls High School, Prabhadevi, I mean, probably a convent where the nuns believed that classical dance forms are very vital for the disciplining of the mind, and they did not allow any child to do film songs or perform to film songs and whatever. And it was my principal who was very particular and proud of the fact that I was doing classical dance for the Parents' Day. And I was popular because I was known for it. And those days there was this Naga Nrittam, and I would do that in the school. And I became a kind of the one who was very, very popular in the school. And in spite of leaving school, I kept in touch with the principal. Or I have this habit of reconnecting with all the roots that have helped me grow as an artist. And the first Franciscan nuns, when they celebrated their centenary year, they needed someone to choreograph their life through classical dance and through folk forms, and have the entire world of Franciscan Hospitalier sisters come together at Shanmukananda. So once again, it was a process of creating a kind of a beautiful, a work that connects everyone to the country. I think I awakened to the role and importance of what one could do. The term curator came in now, you see. All I wanted to do was to have many people come together and share a positive vibe. You know, this is nothing like a synergy of everyone coming together. And thus, I started with someone saw me in the school program. I'm telling you, we should not underestimate any space, because as my guru would say, there is always that one enlightened person in the audience who will spot you and take you out, you see. So from there, I was taken to the first television when it opened out in black and white to present choreography. Then I used to go to All India Radio for the Yubani section, uh, talk, earn money from there, give talks. So from there, it moved to interviews, which I conducted. I have interviewed several people in the old Mumbai Doordarshan. Shirin Wazirda was the last one, giving a voice to videos, so that architectural videos. Little did I know that my Madhusudan would be an architect today. And thus, uh, growing with the word. As I said, it is very important for a curator to understand the potency of the word that connects you not only to a subject, that connects you not only to a person, but it forms a bridge, especially through art. It links cultures, it links communities, it links artists together to understand how vital it is to appreciate each other. We were taught to be motivated, but today you have groups where people are being influenced, and being influenced and being motivated are two aspects. One is so positive because you are open, your heart is open. When I was approached to curate Kalagoda, I realized how important it was to work within the framework of a budget which they are offering, you see. And that is where the goodwill that I had built up through the years helped me, because I always feel that curating is about reflecting the standard of the art you hold within your very self. You know, it is about reaching out with a passion for the culture of your country, and ensuring that it reaches out to the people in the right way. In fact, when they leave your curated program, they should carry you within. They should carry the message you have tried to. And it is like every festival is a reason to have one more person connect to the culture. And so what I would do was, I realized, create a theme, you know, a theme that would create a kind of spark and interest in people around, not only in the people around. And to ensure that what I was doing was nouvelle, I used to ensure that they worked on a new theme. Because very often people like to work, clone, as is want, and take the easy way out. I'm very sympathetic to artists, because everything is going against artists in this beautiful country of ours, because we have so much of, we are born into culture. We don't need to be awakened to it because we are breathing it. Only thing is, we have to realize it, you see, like meditation, a process of breathing and being aware of it. We have to realize the benediction that we have in being born to this holy land, because saints, composers, everyone has left us with so much. So I used to think that this is the best way of connecting art to the public. Give a theme, give the artists a reason to be spurred, rather than worry about, oh my God, we are doing the same thing. Let us. But it's a reason for gurus to. So when I was curating Kalaguda, I realized one more thing is that the curator must understand what is going on within her environment, you see, because you have to be sensitive. Very often it happens that the city that is promoting art, an artist from out, does not realize that there is a heart that's bleeding within its own terrain. So you need to be sensitive to those unshed tears and unshed cries within the artists and mentors of the city. I always feel that there are good teachers who have not really bothered to channelize the art as was necessary. Go in for grading, go in for this, because uh, maybe they didn't realize that you need to do that because it facilitates the process for the young students, you see. But if you have gone from a chairman, from a peon to a chairman, it's easy, because then even if somebody is not there, you can understand what is to be done. So, but if you have not reached somewhere, you won't be able to lead those youngsters anywhere, you see. So that is the reason why I first started with working into gathering the local people, mentors, north, south, east, west. Mumbai was almost like artists in Thane separate, Mumbai separate. And then I got everyone to come together. Throbbing, it was the Kalagoda. For me, it was the greatest joy to see urchins, outside when we used to leave from there to go to the hotel where we were supposed to be there close to the artist. They would call me Kalaguda auntie. Oh, acha tha. Like a Pied Piper, they would hold my hand and we would walk together. They would talk to me about what they like. And I used to feel, believe me, I get two hoots whether anything is coming in the paper. But for me, these children used to receive me first thing when I used to reach across my lap. They would all be there. And they were the people, the policemen with whom I shared coffee. I'm in touch with all of them, even today, Sunil. I keep telling them, sending them videos about Ekam. Uh, that is very important as a curator. You need to be connected all the time with artists, because every artist is important for the curator. You don't know when you may need them. You have to understand their woes. You have to understand what is worrying them, why they are not in a particular festival. I will not give up on you either, because I will keep on calling you and talking to you, and having you be a part, because it is like losing out a part of yourself. You know, for me, that is very important. That every energy, I think we are all just soulmates finding ourselves in each other. And dance and music is just a reason that we are connecting to
So
our
beautiful,
split
Akka.
souls
So
in,
beautiful
in
what you
such a
shared
beautiful
about
way
this.
that, thank you, dear. It's such a beautiful world. And I'm finding my split soul in you, in so many artists around. And when we come together, especially when we are creating a choreography, Sunil, where we sit together, and the oily batata vada that we have from Ganga Vihar, and the much boiled tea leaves and the tea, yet it is so delicious because it's savored with the positivity of artists who have sweated it out. And it's a reason for us to move out with the promise that, oh, we are all in it together, you know. So that is what festival awakened me to, and be it the Kalagoda or the Celebrate Bandra, I realized that from national to international, I need to go, because the world is a bigger world. there is a bigger world waiting for us. And I thought, let me be a kind of a bridge towards that. And that's the reason why I started attending the world congresses happening in the world, you know, because I've always believed that, see, there are very many things we all seek to do in our life. But we have so many limitations which we can use as an inspiring strength to go beyond it, like water moving beyond the rock and finding its way. You should use every speed breaker in your path as a reason to understand and gather your faith with renewed vigor and move forth. So that is the reason why I thought that let me go and work with artists who are doing the World Congress. And it was also a sublimation for the, see, research we do. We are working on one subject, Sunil. It's one subject, and then you are happy and then you keep it. But for me, the research is an endless process. I keep writing papers, I keep going, submitting it to universities. And today it is important for me because I feel very good when the academia sent me a mail saying, oh, today your paper was referred to by someone. So I don't believe in closed certificates that will give you a read. You don't need anyone to do that. You want to do research, do it yourself. You want to work on with your new choreographies, equip yourself, grow. Nobody can stop you. It is not a certificate that decides you. The gurus that we learned from did not have certificates, but they had wisdom. They were in direct connect with the gods, you see, and touching their feet was akin to touching divinity. Even today, I don't think you need the form. My guru is with me all the time. He is with me in everything I do. I have a great ritual before I start any event. It is to remember, write my KG class teacher on to all the people who have helped me grow, to artists who are with me. I like to be alone. I like to gather the space that I'm going to transform, be it as a dancer, as a curator, as a writer, and understand how how many vibrations have gone before me, who have sought to do what I am doing today, and I'm just a small drop, a thread reaching out. So when I went for these world congresses, I understood that, number one, there are very many Indians abroad who absolutely, without blinking an eyelid, will try to reach out with a paper which is absolute nonsense. It has nothing to do with yoga, it has nothing to do, and I'm wondering what is going on. I thought that, and one thing was that was the 48th Congress I attended, and there was no trace of India. India is nowhere, no council in India.
If you could
And
share with our
I
listeners
am
where the 48th Congress was, because if you can share with our
yes,
listeners where
so
you went.
48 congresses I went, and then I realized that there are so many things that I could awaken people to. Number one, in our country, we have Sangeet Natak academies. We have people who are responsible for the growth of the art. They don't take nonsense coming their way. And I explained to the people that here we are all urged to connect to the dance, be it any form, any style, be it music, be it dance. That is a part of our growth, you know. But what we make of it, that is what we do with it comes with our own awareness of what is happening. If you have parents who take you to all the programs happening in the city, then it is a continuous process of, oh, I want to be there, I want to be center stage, I want to be there. And my father, I think you are blessed because without a questioning, God has given me beautiful parents who gave time, irrespective of that I was sixth in line. I'm even today amazed at how much time they still had time to understand that I am a little crazy about dance and music. Of course, my mama never supported this craziness, because I used to, like I said, all that I earned used to go in the dance. And we are talking about temples taking donations, or sabhas taking donations. I think it is a vicious cycle, number one. No one can stop an individual from going to a temple and putting 1 rupee in the hundi. It is not that you are doing great seva to the Lord. Idam namama, you know, Agni Jyotir Jyotir Agni Idam namama. This is what we say when we chant is, God, I am so small that what I seek to offer you is also not mine. You know, so but we have it in us to reach out with something to the one who has given us everything without asking. A whole series of networks and bonds and people that we should be grateful to all the time. And this can help because the temple needs people. The temple is the source of the dance. The temple was the crux where people met and furthered the culture of the country, which the Britishers were trying to nullify, you see. So that to now is a growth, and one needs to bow down to all the great people. I should say each. I will not say revolutionaries in this world, because every revolutionary has saintliness in him, and he is able to see a vision for you which you have not gathered for yourself. I think if Da Vinci was in India, he would have been Sant Da Vinci, you know,
Yes.
because they call them scientists and we call those who are realized as saints. So saints, acharyas, I think Shakespeare would be Sant Shakespeare. Maybe because there are so many lines which he says which are so akin. The poets, be it Indian, be it Western, they have all summed life as beauty, the beauty and the beauty of the truth that is God. So art became a reason. So I was trying to tell them that in our country we are born into it, but it is not so like the West where the government looks after us. It is we are pitted with so many people around today. The performance institutions have grown, but maybe when it comes to reaching out with the curating of performances, when supporters are refracting from funding, very many of festival curators would have to compromise with or probably compromise with what they are presenting, because as I said, those who are giving you the funds may not be the people who are really qualified to be there. I don't know if I should be telling you, but I remember in the Kalagoda there was an incident where I'm curating, but there was an entry where someone who has been a sponsor, their children wanted to be a part of it, and I'm there. And I'm worried because people should not misconstrue that I'm placing a budding youngster where there is a sadhana that has been conducted by great artists in the same stage. And I have this, I think it's very important for the curator to connect with every artist who has reached out there for you, you know, more so the goodwill that they have used, because they are coming not because of the budget or honorarium, but because of the goodwill that you have built with them. So I owed it to them, and I owed it to the people who are watching, for the young people, young minds, that this is a primary stage. From mime to a spontaneous delineation is a journey. So the I think Sheetal you have met, she was with me and she said, now I want to see what you will go there and talk after this performance. So I went and I said that a festival is also a place where we get enlightened about how long it takes for young feet to grow to what you have seen before. Yeah, from mind to sadhana, which you have seen, is a journey. And I wish these youngsters all the very best, because they are blessed to be gathered in this aura that has been sanctified by those whose names are associated with the style, whose names are associated with the sadhana, you see. So I think one is sometimes caught within a budget that is given to you for the programming, for the logistics that you work with it. And at times it wrenches my heart when I'm reaching out and asking somebody to do a theme for me, and they do it, you know. But it works both ways. Me being an artist helps because then I can go and respond in the same way and perform for them whenever they ask without uh, no strings attached. It's an open bridge from your heart to mine and mine to yours is an open bridge. Nothing can, no toll needed.
I
Absolutely.
think I
Because
think the
it
greatest bridge ever built in India was the Setu by Lord Ram when he built it, and everyone came to to support with him, right from the squirrel to the greatest
yes,
Hanuman. They were all with him in
exactly,
building the Setu. So
exactly, Sunil.
what you're sharing is something like that. I feel when you're curating, you are just you're
Yeah, and
curating.
when I did the first 49th, I came back very determined that if anything I can give my country, I could be the first person to give the International Dance Council to India. And it entailed a lot of work because it is not about just gathering local artists. It is about having artists who have never paid before register. Number one, register with the council as a member, register with the section because they are a part of a proceeding that is about stretched 5 days with seminars and workshops. So I put it, I've got this habit, Sunil, of working everything in paper. So the first things I write is all that goes against me.
Hmm.
When I'm planning a festival, I don't go by the positive points. I go by all the negative things. Uh, what would be the negatives that will come my way?
Hmm.
What is the space that I'm holding it? Whether it is the right place, whether it is convenient. Number one, if it's Bombay, the traffic will go against me. Two, the people who have to travel will have to think every 5 days I'm going to travel thus, you know. I have to make it worth their while. I have to ensure that they will feel like being a part of this first experience of World Congress. At the same time, I wanted the people who were the secretariat and the headquarters, Paris, to understand that uh, our country is not the country that was being projected by Salam Mumbai. It's not a country of the underdogs because even the rickshawalas are enlightened people. I love to sit with them and enter into dialogues of Tulsidas. The way they recite, I don't think anybody can do that because they have bhakti in them. So every person in our country is a person who has got an awareness. That's why we are blessed to be born here. You know, we just need to ignite it in a slight way, and then the tears will roll. You see, that is bhakti. You know, Nayane Dirgha Bhashpambuna. That is what Mukundamala the king says. When will my eyes be glazed with tears of bhakti, O Krishna? You know, when I see your form, it is like that. It is like that with the people I associate with. So when they, that's how I decided first on the Sahara Star because it was central, the metro, the train, and everyone could reach. Secondly, I know that the city of Mumbai, there were people, as I said, who have never been able to come together, to perform together, to have each other see each other. You may have a big audience, you know, for a child's arangetram, they will bring loads of people because the buffet is there, you know, and they will come. But here, one person from the art field, believe me, when you are done a new choreography, it's such a relief to see that, oh, she has come, this person has come, that person has come. And maybe I'm a crazy person. I will even buy the tickets and have the people come for the program, because I don't want to have them spend. Because number one, uh, they are also a part of your growth, you see. So I thought of having performances in the evenings, so that the dancers who are a part of it could have people from the dance fraternity, not only from India, from abroad, watching them, have them listen to stalwarts reading paper, because I think it is very important for youngsters to understand that you need not take chunks out of Google and Wikipedia and create a paper. You see, when stalwarts reach out with a paper, it is their experience that's reaching out, and you don't need a paper at all, because they just stand there and they can reach out to solve all the questions inside your heart. So I thought of having performances for the locals. They could, of course, easily come to the venue, but for the foreigners, I knew that if at all, like it was abroad, they don't bother. They just have you go for the event, and you have to check in, you have to go attend the congress, you have to move out. It is a very formal procedure. But India is not that. India is about warmth. It's about Atiti Devo Bhava. We are welcoming everyone. And for me, Sunil, it was very important that everyone opens their heart, irrespective of whether you have a title or you are just a youngster. Everyone has a right to breathe in the dance, you know. And be it the patron who has attended, see, after you attend a workshop, when you sweat it out and you are having a cup of coffee, that cup of coffee is very important, because over it a bridge is created
Yes.
that could help you, be it from you in Mumbai to another person in another state. You are creating a dialogue which is a spoken word, which can be a delineated word, and a reason for you to connect. But having connected, I don't want it on a visiting card. You know, this is the latest. Take out and give the card, and you may forget the card, but let it be imprinted here,
Yes.
and let it be connected. Otherwise it would be empty, like the social networking, you see, 1800 friends, and 40, 30 of them would be understanding what you're writing and connecting. Rest of them are behind the curtain culture, that's just viewing and seeing what is going on. Curious. Like I said, we have to avoid that. We must come to the forefront. We must be able to see and be seen. We must be able to voice and also hear, you see, because if we don't do that, if we don't take pride in ourselves, then when you go abroad, you will be a wallflower. You will be in hiding. You don't need to do that. We all, a blade of grass, a tree, both have their place in this universe. So nobody is isolated, because we are all boutique pieces created by God, and we have all a voice, and we need to use it. We need to share. What I think little Prahlada could enlighten his father. We have a Lord Rama without question who obeyed his father, and we have a little Prahlada who defied his father. We have Dronacharya, who has been Arjuna's guru, and we have the great, profound Gita, where you are told that Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. This is our country, you see, where we all have a right to be there. So I decided to have performances. One day I kept to have everyone, including the delegates from abroad, watch the stalwarts perform, and understand why they are legends. You see, a reason why they are legends, and why it is very important that you do not allow Indians abroad who think that they can go to these festivals and mess up with the art and think that yoga is a piece of paper with music closed. And I mean, I didn't want all that. I wanted it all. The soap bubble should go.
Hmm.
People should understand, just as they value their culture, our culture is also important. And it's a Sanatana Dharma. It is a culture that's coming, it's a oral tradition that we are, we are gathering with our birth into this beautiful soil. So we have every reason to be proud because we have a lineage that goes uh, beyond time, epochs, and we are gathering it in everything that we do. So I think that itself should have us understand that we are not something that need to be worried about. Oh my god, am I, should I voice, should I not? I think everyone has a right to speak, to dance. Anybody can dance. Yes, it's a good line whatever they are doing. But it's only when you go into understanding the nuances of a ballroom, which Sandeep Soparkar does with such finesse, that you understand that, oh my god, this is two bodies, like one soul. It's a poetry by itself. Likewise, every, I understood in folk forms, Greek folk forms, there are the Panchajatis that come so beautifully flowing. I understand that Manipuri and the Kabuki traditions have so much in common. So a curator, first and foremost, has to be educated and aware of all the dance forms. You can't be a closed persona. You
Hmm.
can't be just I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer, I will not allow anything else. No, existence is not about one tree, about one flower. Existence is about everything. Existence is about everything that should exist in you, and a curator knows that more than anyone else, because a curator has to be sensitive to every aspect of life. So when I'm working with Western dance forms, or when folk dance forms, I must accord unto them the same benevolence that I'm according to any classical dance. Everyone is special for me, you
Hmm.
know. So I think that I scored in that, because then when the 49th World Congress happened, they understood that in India we do things with aplomb, you know.
Hmm.
It is about connecting it, you know. The aura of a congress, I feel, is not about the place, whether it is a foreign country, but it is about the fact that it's like a havan. We have conducted a beautiful havan with all partaking of it, a magical orb of love, I should say, where everyone comes together. I think you enjoyed it, right, Suni?
Yes, totally.
Did you enjoy the Congress?
Yes, of course.
And and how when I did that particular Congress, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, you have a big responsibility on your head, you see. Good festivals are very important because they give you a reason to elevate yourself. They give you a reason to elevate the standard. They give you a reason to have people understand that, okay, here a space is being formatted with a purpose, a definition, a proper definition that is coming through to all this. And that is why I don't isolate myself to this. I thought I did Satvikam, Ekam, Samapravaha, Aroha, Samam, taking the dance to the forests, to the tribals, to the temples that are the source of dance, to have dancers come together and perform. Uh,
Yes.
why do you need sabhas? If you feel you don't want to dance in sabhas, then go to a temple, go and dance there. Do you really need to dance only in the evenings where the people are, or can you not dance in the early morning? Go to a temple. I went to Badri, nobody was there, just me and my mother. And I don't think I needed music either, because today, if I'm in the kitchen and the rice is boiling, it's a layam that's happening, then I will be dancing with the silent music inside me that brings to life all the classes I have attended with my Guruji. The music is ongoing. you don't need the material. The material is necessary for the world. Saints don't need music. They don't need even japamala, you see. The heartbeats are the
Other
beats
Japamala.
that you are. You see. So likewise, my guru is here. I don't need a voice now, because he has given me so much to do, so much to share, that there are so many festivals I'm waiting to reach out with a theme, just to get the thrill out of having you all work into it. And coming to the fact about the festivals that I have done, I think uh, all the festivals that I did, the strength of mind and patience comes probably with having worked with the dancers of other styles, you know, because when you work with uh, artists, you understand that uh, they are of a different frame of mind, you know. They have they are fiercely possessive about their style, about the movement, about the plane of the movement. Manipuri has a plane. This you have to be sensitive to it. At the
Yes.
same time, you have to understand that time is so precious. For me, if I'm doing a festival, time, I must get time. I must get time, or if I'm choreographing something, then I must get time from various artists. Time is so, and to get that time, no, I don't mind. I will make time. I mean, I'm very amused when people say, "Oh, today I'm not free, tomorrow I'm not free tomorrow." So then I'm looking at it, and then I realize that today God is giving me a chance to understand how He answers this universe.
Hmm.
Because in one split second, so many entreaties go to Him, that how will He be reaching out to everyone? But uh, I maintain my equanimity. I understand, okay, you are testing me, Krishna, then I will be the victor. I come out of it, and I understand that let me make it easy. There is a way. We work it out in a way that I work with your time, I work with their time, and it's about me, right? No problem. I look at life not as 24 hours. Maybe I can cramp in an eternity between then and now. My father would say, you can cramp an eternity between then and now. Then life is for you. So don't just sit with 24 hours, you know, because half the time, 12 hours, people are sleeping. The rest of it, they are complaining. The excuses are always for what they could do and did not do. So if you keep striking all this, at the end of the day, ask, is there a goal you have set for yourself? And have you taken one step towards it? Then you have achieved something in the day. If not, a page has gone from your life which will never come back, you know.
Yes.
And that, even today, Sunil, religiously, I do this at the end of the day. Have I taken one step to something that I have created? I could keep having checklists inside me. Uh, have I done that? And I move forward, you know. And early morning and end of the day, early morning, I mean, there's another one where I keep telling that, okay, if I'm going towards any challenge, God, you be with me. You have to be with me. Give me the challenge, but you be with me. Especially when I'm doing festivals, I need patience. I need to understand I'm dealing with volatile tempers, and people who are artists, but sometimes I look at them, oh, they are strangers to themselves. You know, I'm not seeing a new person, but they are reacting to a circumstance that's showing one side of them. And that is the side which, as a curator or as a choreographer, I have to understand. Because if I don't, then I'm not qualified to take up anything as far as curating goes, as far as working with artists goes. It's a black mark against me. So I need to be very patient, and all that happens there when everything is done. No, Sunil, it's like a family. You know, very many things that happen. The Kurukshetra happens, but for the neighbor, it's a point of curiosity. but they don't realize that the same family that is squabbling amongst themselves, if an outsider comes in to argue with any of them, they will be all together fighting that. So this family fraternity and oneness is something that keeps me going, Sunil. It is a passion for me, and today I realize that in as much as curatorship is very very important to dance today, because it is not about just a dance. It's about, like I said, content to context is a journey where you have to first understand that it's not just a dance. It is about uh, where it is being done and which is the audience that is going to see it. Who are the artists you would want? Who would be fit enough to reach out with it? Uh, then on another aspect is artists who are good and never been seen before, and you want to give them a chance in a festival so that people connect to them and understand that they are also there
They're also there.
in this universe, you see. And that for me is very important, because then it has served its purpose. I mean, so many reasons. It is not about you doing some festival, it's not that. It's about uh, understanding that, okay, is this the way you are actually superimposing an idea into all, you know, outreaching with it beyond a boundary, and imagining that, okay, this is the people, then I need to project it in a different way. I need to dress it in a different way. I need to have people think. So if I'm doing a theme just so that people don't repeat, I will call them, talk to them, and suggest to them that please think about it and let me get a feedback as to what you are doing, so that when they see a festival, nothing is repeated, you know, that everyone is doing something new, and working on it sincerely, because it's a prayer. Dance is a prayer. And who would pray in a prayer, you know? We don't curse anyone, you see.
Yes.
We are reaching out with positive energy. You know, it's like, that's why we say, even though you pray at home, we go to a tirthasthan and we gather, because millions of people are there reaching out to God, and a vibration that goes to the idol and comes back scientifically, it will come back with double force.
Hmm.
And it is so many millions of vibrations. It's like a havan that is being done in a mass way, and you are gathering it and moving out, and unwittingly you stand, even for 1 second you stand in front of the deity. I remember when Madhusudan was very small, and I'd taken him to Guruvayur, and I'm there, and he is there in a small room, and I'm carrying him, and my eyes are full of tears. I tend to cry when I see the idol, and he's looking at, Amma, you're crying. Amma is crying. And then he also felt like crying. And I told him, a day will come, you know, when you will understand the beauty. So today, when Madhusudan draws Madhusudan, I'm very happy, because we don't, in our culture, force awareness in a child. We are taught, as children, we were taught Sandhya Vandanam. We have to sit together and pray, light the lamp. And praying, one fine day like Valmiki, you understand a turning point in your life where something touches you. It's like dance. Today you make the children dance, they are miming you. I'm waiting for the day where suddenly they will understand that this composition is so beautiful. I'm bringing to life something which is penned so sensitively, and it's so much larger than me, that you want to keep doing it again and again. Each time you do a varnam, you understand that there is scope for it to grow. The optimum of a dancer is never reached, because perfection is evasive like the horizon. And like curating, which has no degree, I think I am finding the levels of curating as I'm curating festivals. I note down points so that tomorrow I think I'll bring out a paper where what is curating about, so that people youngsters who take it up will understand that, like everything else, be it the dance, be it the music, be it curating, be it your studies, you have to understand that we have to first bow down to its vastness and understand that we are just rediscovering a world. And till we understand that all that we rediscover outside is actually a world which was inside us all along, you see, then nothing
That
will
is
touch us
beautiful, Akka. You are
because
not just curating festivals or congresses, but you've given us a secret to curating our own lives today, listening to you. And that's beautiful. You started with content to context and how we need to be passionate, but as well as positive. And as a curator, never lose contact with anyone. Be in touch with people, simultaneously be a part of their lives, which is a tough task today in the social media, to always
yes,
be in real touch with people. But you have really shown how you have done that, and that's the secret of your success. That passion and that craziness which you have within you of wanting to achieve that. And thank you so much for sharing that
yeah.
with us today. This is the Art of Living's first online festival, week-long festival.
I thank
And we
Guruji, and I thank you, Sunil. Every time I see you, your composure, I think disciples gather the essence of the Guru. The Gurutvam is something that is innate in you. And when I see your calm face, so placid and so full of life and so passionate about dance, about people, about wanting to know about everything, that it's like a spiritual, reaching out to the whole world around you. And I want you to know that you will always be special, because you have been given a sanskara by parents who have understood that science only rediscovers, and parents who have given you a free rein to find yourself. That's very rare, you see, because this is a world where people want you be an engineer, you be a doctor, you be this. But here, a great scientist is now exploring and finding existence inside himself. That is a great thing. So my pranam to your parents, pranam to
thank
you,
you. Thank
and
you so much, Akka, for those beautiful
I,
words.
I touch your
Thank
Guru's
you.
feet with love and reverence,
Thank
and
you once
let the whole
again
world be
for
gathered
being with
in
us
the magical
today
art of
in
dance.
and
Thank
sharing
you.
everything that you have shared with us, a master class on how to curate. It is tough, I think, for anyone to be another Lata Surendra, but maybe if we can manage 10% of what you do, we may be a decent curator sometime in life when we manage it. On that, thank you so much, Jai Gurudev.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
dear
much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev.